Hi there. Hope you're having a great day today. So, welcome everyone. Today, we are starting one of the most powerful topics in English, and that is in reference to grammar series itself, known as conditionals. Okay, this is the grammar we use when we talk about possibilities, plans, dreams, regrets, and what if situations. In real life, our brain is always thinking in an if situation. Then the patterns come in, and English has special structures to express those thoughts clearly. So, by learning conditionals, you're not just learning grammar, you are learning how to speak about reality, imaginations, and alternative outcomes, like the advanced speakers. So, let's begin this journey into smarter, more expressive English. All right. So, just to begin today, I would want you to look at the screen, all right, and try to understand the topic, the name of the topic, all right. Today's topic that we are pretty much going to, kind of deal with is the overview to English conditionals. I'm not going to directly dive into the main topic. I just want to give you an overview of what we are going to learn through this journey wherein we are looking at English conditionals as a topic. Okay? So a quick question. How many decisions did you already imagine today? If I leave now, I'll reach on time. It can be someone's thought, right? Someone else can think, if I had more time, I would start exercising. There would be another person at the other end of the world. He or she might think that if I had studied properly, things would be different, right? You see that, okay? You are already thinking in conditionals. You just don't know the name of the process or the name of this particular topic. So, as I told you, if you can just look at the screen, the if the if situation, when the if situation comes, there are certain structures that we really need to keep in mind, and those in turn are known as conditionals in English. Okay, so let me just read the examples out for you. All right. The first example is, if I wake up early, I'll go to the gym. If I had more money, I would travel. If I had studied harder, I would have passed. All right. Now, this is advanced English thinking. Let's kind of look at a section number two for today. Why do conditionals matter really? And what is the whole concept? Now, just to kind of give you an rough picture, conditionals are not just grammar rules, they are how humans think about real life. We just don't talk about facts, all right? We also talk about possibilities, that is, what could happen, okay? Plans, all right? What might happen, what we wished that, would have happened, like if we have a wish or a regret, and these kind of, things that we really need to keep in mind when we are talking in terms with conditionals. All right. So, dreams, regrets, and most importantly, what if situations. Okay. Now, just want to give you a fact as well here that conditionals also have certain rules, and that is what we are going to touch. Probably we have like 6 lessons that are going to revolve around conditionals only. And as you know that I recently completed the tenses. All of the tenses are pretty much available for your convenience on YouTube, and the series is the grammar series is absolutely free, given by GKPro Academy. Please go ahead and look at the tenses series as well. You'll enjoy the lessons. They're pretty much having guided practice sessions also in them. Now we have jumped to another important advanced English grammar topic known as conditionals, my friends. Okay. Now let's look at the big idea. What exactly this particular session for today talks about? The overview of conditionals. Okay. Now conditionals are just if. All right. They revolve around this particular word if, and prominently shows result. Okay, prominently shows a particular result, but in form of sentences. Did you get it? All right. Now it tells the listener who, the listener, the person who is talking to you. Okay, the person who is talking to you is known as the listener. He also listens to you, right? It tells the listener, um, is it real? Any topic that you're talking about, is it real? Okay, how likely something is real? All right, is it imaginary? Is it possible, or is it impossible, or is it about the past, present, or future time? That is, when does it happen? Whether it is real, unreal, or impossible, I already told you that. Whether you're talking about facts, plans, dreams, or regrets, you can go ahead and use these sentences in certain format in order to sound what? In order to sound what? Advanced. Okay? It's definitely an advanced grammar topic. However, I'm going to try and make it very simple for you over the next 5 to 6 days, wherein we are dealing with conditionals itself. Okay, now let's go ahead and get a better understanding of the overview for today. So let's kind of look at the next topic. Okay, the 5 levels, the 5 levels of conditional thinking. What am I talking about? The 5 levels of conditional thinking. Okay, so it has a full ladder, a ladder with 5 steps. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It has 5 levels. I just do not want to kind of overwhelm you by saying 5 levels. How about we just say 5 steps? So each step shows a different level of reality that you need to just memorize. This part is pretty much up to you. You have to kind of memorize it. You will be able to understand and get a clear picture once I start touching each of the conditionals individually in the upcoming series. All right. So the type 1, or the first conditional we are going to look at, is facts. Okay, what does the sentence show? The sentence show whether whatever you're talking is a fact or a scientific truth. Then it is known as a zero conditional. You cannot really change facts, or you cannot really change scientific truth. So that is why they are known as zero conditional, and they have a certain structure. We will be talking about it in the next class. Now, the next conditional is the first conditional. It deals with real future plans or possibilities, all right? Like it might rain. What if it rains? Okay. What if there is an earthquake? So things like this, all right? Now, the second conditional deals with unreal and hypothetical situations. What do I mean by hypothetical situations? Probably something that you are imagining. Okay, that is what this conditional deals with. We are also going to take a deep dive into the next conditional as well. The third conditional deals clearly with your past regrets and alternative history. Okay, we'll be talking about that in depth when we come to that particular topic. This particular lesson is just an overview of how conditionals exactly look and what they are, just for you to understand that how important conditionals are when you're kind of looking at speaking fluently at certain given point of time. Okay, so the last conditional is known as the mixed conditional, where you're going to be talking about when past and present connect. There is a little bit of tense usage also here when you're looking at conditionals, okay? That also we are going to kind of touch along with the sentence builder forms. That is nothing but also known as the formula or formulae. Okay, plural form of a formula is formulae. We are going to kind of look at that as well in depth. Just to reinforce, this is an overview of what's coming up next. Let's kind of go ahead and look at why this is advanced in nature. Now, many of the learners who are at a beginner level, at A1 or A2 level, they talk about the what if situation. However, they do not follow a certain, a structure. Now, the same thing, if it has to be put across by a person probably who is at a B2, B1, or a C1, C2 level, they would be able to kind of describe this in sense of what it could be, should have, all right, should have been, or might happen. So these are the things that you really need to understand when you're looking at conditionals, that it helps you to speak in terms of what could be, what should have happened, what should have been, or what might happen. That's the difference. Let's look at certain examples in terms of, that, language discrepancies. So, basic sentence would look like, I work in an office. Now, conditional, if you look at a conditional wherein you have this if word, okay, so the sentence would sound like this: if I had chosen a different career, I would be working in a different place today. Same topic, that is related to job, okay. The difference is fact versus alternative life path. All right, this is a fact, okay, but it versus alternative life path, wherein a person is talking about, probably if he had chosen a different career, then he would be working in a different place by today, right? Same thing with this daily routine. Basic, I wake up early every day. It's a fact. It's probably a person's habit. However, a conditional will sound like this: if I didn't wake up early, I would miss many important things. Okay, so this is something where I would want to add an extra important and a vital point, is that this particular usage of grammar tool helps you to go fluent, all right, and expressive in English. That is something really important. It pretty much expresses your thoughts very clearly, and your listener is not confused. All right. So, that is the whole idea about using conditionals in your daily life. Okay. Now, let's look at another important section, that is how the brain works. Okay. How the brain works in relation to your conditional usage. Your brain is constantly running questions like what if? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I study well? Or what if I work even harder than what I'm doing right now? So these what if assimilations are in relation to planning, imagining, learning from mistakes, predicting results. Okay, so conditionals are simply the grammar of decision making. You can keep it as that way. How? It's human decision making directly connected to your brain. So when you're looking at using what if, okay, what if kind of questions and certain theories that you want to articulate in a sentence, then you have to know your conditionals. I know it might seem really new to some people who are not aware of this topic. However, as I told you, I'm going to try and make the session in regards with conditionals under grammar series pretty easy and fun for you guys to understand. All right, let's go ahead and let's understand what you will be able to do after learning these conditional sentences. By the end of this topic, that is around 5 or 6 days from now, okay, you'll be able to talk about real future plans, um, and an advanced structure, okay, discuss unlikely dreams, probably hypothetical situations, okay, express regrets smoothly, like something that you regret you shouldn't have done in your past, you will be able to talk about that as well. Sound natural in debates and discussions. One of the points that many people really want to thrive in is to get those points out when they are looking at certain debates and discussion situations, all right, and explain cause and effect clearly. Okay, you will be able to explain certain causes and effects clearly. If you're a student, there are certain questions that might come up, in your social examinations as well, to explain the cause or explain the effect of global warming. So in case of those type of questionnaires also, you will be able to use conditionals after the series. Okay, and at the end, you will be able to sound more intelligent in English conversations. Why? Because Conditionals are pretty much advanced grammar tools. However, here at GKPro, we are trying to make it pretty easy for you to wrap your heads around. Okay, so simple way to remember, the conditionals. A pretty simple, a very easy way to remember your conditionals, as you can look at the screen now, okay, are these. Just hold on. Let me make a square and try to highlight this. Yes. Okay. Now, if something that you're talking about is always true, then it is a zero conditional. If it is likely, like if it's likely to rain, you know, things like that, it's the first conditional. If it is imaginary, or it's something that you're imagining and it's not real, also known as a hypothetical situation, then it is the second conditional. And it did not happen, all right, the situation really didn't happen, then it's the third conditional. Does time cross over? In the sense, if time is mixed, if there is a presence of um like two time frames, one in the present, one in the past, and if there is a presence of more than one time frame, then it's known as the mixed conditional. Probably what you can do here, just to understand, is that try to memorize only this part, because this is just an overview, guys. This video is in relation to the overview of conditionals. I really don't want you to kind of sit back and relax. There are no guided practice sessions within this particular lesson, because this is just an overview again. What best you can do is sit back and memorize only this part. Pause the video and memorize only this particular part. Okay, so that is what I want you to do. So I want you to kind of know that now that you have understand why, all right, why does a person really need to know the conditional, we are going to start with the easiest one in the next class, that is by next session. All right, the easiest one is the zero conditional, and we are going to start this particular series with zero conditionals itself. All right, so this is not just grammar, guys. This is how English speakers think about possibility, decisions, and consequences. And we are going to go into this particular topic step by step, so don't worry. Okay. As I told you, in the next lesson, we will be starting with the foundation and the simplest one that describes the facts and the scientific truth, and that is your zero conditional. So trust me once again that if you understand, the rest of the conditionals will make your life easier. All right. If you understand this topic, using of conditionals will pretty much become really fluent. All right. So you don't have to really worry about it. So once you kind of go ahead and understand what we are trying to do, you will be able to use these complex sentence structures in your daily life as well. So if you're learning with us on YouTube, this lesson is a part of a free grammar series. All right. If you want guided practice and step-by-step confidence building, you can join us through the free course link in the description. Remember, guys, start free. Continue only when you feel ready. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.